right, Bellringer fans, living environment fanatics across the globe. It's Hockey Jersey Thursday, and it's also time for the Bellringer. And today we're going to talk a little more about jeans and the face game, and as I promised, Punnett squares. So let's begin. All right. Hey now.
Mr. Kovacs class. It's Mr. Kovacs class.
You might learn a ton.
It's Mr. Kovacs class.
It's interesting too.
It's Mr. Kovacs class.
And he's super cool.
It's Mr. Kovacs class.
The face game. One gene. Three alleles. One gene. Three alleles, right? Each of the different, these are all index cards. They're all the same thing, but they do come in different varieties, or is what we'll call alleles, right? And then they have instructions written on them. Well, instructions I gave you, right? If you remember, this card, the instruction was to do the tongue out. This card, the instruction was the fish face. Card was the crazy psycho face. Crazy psycho face. Remember, you always had two cards. You always get two cards, right? Always have two cards. If you have two of the same card, in this case, two of the same card, we call that homozygous. Homozygous. You would be, this person would be homozygous tongue out. It would look like somebody with their tongue out. Homozygous. If you had two different cards, like this person here, well then you would be heterozygous. Heterozygous, you would be tongue out and fish face at the same time, right? That would look something like this. Oh, nice, right? Really nice, right? Now what we learned was that both tongue out and fish face are dominant. That is, they cover up the crazy psycho face. So if you have somebody with this, right, they're just gonna be tongue out. In fact, if you have two people, this person and this person, they're gonna have the same phenotype. They're gonna look the same, but they have different genotypes. They have different allele combinations, but they still look the same because tongue out is dominant. Dominant. What's fun about all this is we can make predictions on babies by using what's called the Punnett square. The Punnett square was developed by Reginald Punnett to figure out genetic crosses. We always call it, when two parents get together to have potential children, we call that a cross. All right, so let's just say, right, if we had one parent here who was tongue out, right? Homozygous tongue out. That person would be with their tongue out, okay? Well, when they have offspring, they're gonna make gametes, and their gametes are either gonna have this card in it or a copy of this card in it. And let's say their partner is homozygous fish face. They're gonna make gametes, and they're going to either put that card in it or that card in it. And there's going to be four possible combinations, four different ways, right? This card can meet with this card, and we have one combination. Okay. This card can meet up with this card. And then we have a second possible combination. This card can meet up with this card, and we have a third possible combination. And then finally, this card can meet up with this card. Four possible combinations. Four possible combinations. If you look at all four combinations, right? If you look at all four combinations, you'll see that even though there are four different combinations, they all wind up with the same phenotype. They're all going to wind up with the blue and a pink card. They're all going to wind up fish face and tongue out. Okay, Punnett square. So if you're going to make a prediction on what this tongue out mother and her fish face husband, what their baby's going to look like, you would be 100% sure, right? 4 out of 4 sure that it's going to be fish face tongue out. All right, let's try another one. Here are two parents, right? Let's say these two parents going to have children. Here's mom. She is tongue out. Tongue out. And of course, her partner, dad, is crazy psycho face. There are 4 different babies they can have, right? This baby is going to be tongue out from mom, psycho face from dad. This baby here is going to be psycho face from dad, tongue out from mom. This baby over here is going to be psycho face from dad, tongue out from mom. And finally, this baby right here is going to be tongue out from mom, psycho face from dad. So if I were to ask you, what are the chances of the baby looking like mom, you would say it would be 100%. Each of these 4 babies is going to be tongue out, just like their mother. What are the chances of the babies looking like dad? What are the chances of a crazy psycho baby? 0. They're all carrying the crazy psycho gene, but the chance of them showing up crazy psycho is 0. Finally, we'll look at what we call a dihybrid cross, which is where both mom and dad are tongue out. They are both heterozygous for tongue out, right? If they're going to have children, they have 4 possible children. This one, this one, this one, or this one. There are 4 possible children they can have. This child right here is going to get the tongue out allele from both parents. This child right here is going to be tongue out, homozygous tongue out. It's going to look just like mom and just like dad, right? This child right here is going to get tongue out from mom, but crazy psycho face from dad. But it's going to look like mom or dad. It's just going to have its tongue out because tongue out is dominant over crazy psycho face. Right? This child right here is going to get crazy psycho face from mom, tongue out from dad. This child right here is going to look just like the other potential children, right? Just like its parents. It's going to be heterozygous, but its tongue is going to be out. This last box, though, this last child, this is where it gets crazy psycho from mom, crazy psycho from dad. That kid is crazy psycho face and looks nothing like his parents. So if I ask you, like, what are the chances of this kid coming out crazy psycho face, you would say it was 1 out of 4, or it was 25%, a 25% chance.